25, which would be a shame. She's been a brilliant athlete her whole career and would be, or is enjoying being part of Grand Slam. Sian Salmon, decent draw for her in 7 years. She was 6th in the hurdle event. Just need to judge this right, the athletes. I think Sydney will certainly be able to do that. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, done this so many times, such a great exponent over all the sprints, never mind with there's hurdles in the way. Rochelle Clayton, 32-year-old Jamaican, has run a flat 400 already this year, and a fairly swift 52.3 thereabouts. Not too far off that personal best you can see in the caption. Adrianette Knight, her teammate, similarly indoors for her though, 52.8. Normally you run quicker outdoors than indoors. So this is Peters of the Netherlands, a big part of the Dutch very successful 4x4 and mixed 4x4 squad that does so well at Olympics and Worlds. And then Cassandra Tate of the USA on the inside. Just might find the others moving away from her here, particularly I think with Peters in the lane 3. Just got held a little bit longer by the starter there, but they're away and gone. McLaughlin-Levrone already making a ground, and we've just had a pull-up from Rochelle Clayton, who's pulled up in the first 100 meters, maybe trying to hang on to the American, who knows. Going very quickly, Cassandra Tate, right on the inside, has started exceptionally quickly through the first 200 meters. But it's McLaughlin-Levrone out in lane 6, smoothly making their way around the top bend. Cassandra Tate, eyed on the inside, has run an excellent first 300, but is she going to pay for that as they come into the wind in the home straight? Sydney out on her own as we expected it to be, then it's going to be a real scrap for the minor places behind her. Tate is just starting to tread water in the home straight there, but it's Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone who's going to come through to make it 2 wins in the women's long hurdles. It's 50.32. Knight just took 2nd place. It was tough out there. The wind was never going to make that easy, but the victory was never really in doubt. It was just a case of how quick and by how far. Well, the answer was almost 2 seconds, which in the 400 meters is a long, long way. It has to be said, though, that Knight has run her season's best, and Dalila Muhammad in the 52-second mark. But there's our winner. There's our slam winner, our final slam winner of the first Grand Slam track. As we said, if you're going to run that quick for 400 hurdles, of course you can run quick on the flat.
Yeah, being able to run 48 seconds in the flat 4 as a 4 hurdler is unheard of. She ran 22 seconds into a headwind in the 200 last season. So speed-wise, she's not even comparable to some of these women out here. So I think she may even surprise us later on in the year and say, look, I'm going to go to the World Championships to run the 4.
Or maybe the 800.
I don't know about that.
I would love to see her run an 800 or 2, but I don't know if she wants to.
But I mean, really, just going through the motions here and just securing the money, you know, it's an easy 400,000 for her if she goes through all 4 and dominates the way she's doing. But if she wants to really test herself and test some of the other competitors and show what she can do in other events, she's gonna jump in that long sprints and go against some of those other women in that 4 and that deuce.
Well, MJ enjoyed it. You may hear the party's already started here in the stadium. There was a big win that Cassandra Tate went through the first 300 meters. She must have only been about 4 or 5 meters behind her, but look where she finished in the end. Finished in 6.
Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone once again reminded the athletics world of her dominance with a commanding victory in the women's 400-meter hurdles at the Grand Slam track meet in Kingston. The 25-year-old American sensation followed up her win in the flat 400 meters with yet another electrifying performance in her specialty event, clocking an impressive 50.32 seconds despite challenging wind conditions. It was her 2nd victory of the weekend and a clear signal that she's operating at a level far above the competition. The field included some familiar names: Dalila Muhammad, a former world champion and Olympic gold medalist, competing in what she has announced to be her final season; Adrianette Knight and Rel Clayton from Jamaica; the Netherlands Pies, part of their highly successful relay teams, and Cassandra Tate of the U.S., who started aggressively from lane 1. Unfortunately, Clayton pulled up early in the race, and while Tate showed early promise, her blistering first 300 meters proved too ambitious. She faded heavily in the final stretch and finished outside the top 5. As the stagger unfolded, McLaughlin-Levrone cruised through the backstretch with typical poise and composure. Known for her fluid stride and unmatched hurdle technique, she separated herself from the field coming into the final bend. By the time they hit the home straight, there was no doubt who would win. While the battle for second was intense, with Knight claiming the runner-up spot, Sydney remained unchallenged from start to finish. This victory wasn't just about dominance. It was about consistency and legacy. Sydney's margin of victory, almost 2 seconds, is massive in a one-lap hurdle race. That kind of gap is a testament to her incredible combination of speed, power, and technical brilliance. Her ability to consistently clock times in the low 50s is something previously thought unattainable. She holds the world record in the event, and, based on her form in Kingston, may not be done rewriting history. What's more, her range is nothing short of astonishing. She's clocked 48 seconds in the flat 400 and has run 22 seconds in the 200 meters, even into a headwind. There's speculation that she may eventually explore other events like the 800 meters, further testing her endurance and versatility. Whether she will actually pursue that remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. McLaughlin-Levrone is redefining what's possible for a 400-meter hurdler. This performance was part of the debut Grand Slam track series, a new competition concept introduced by Olympic legend Michael Johnson. The format brings together the world's best athletes across 4 major meets each year, offering prize money far more generous than traditional track meets. For her double victory in Kingston, Sydney walked away with $100,000, showcasing the event's promise in addressing long-standing financial challenges for professional athletes. The Grand Slam Track Series is more than just a race meet. It's a movement aimed at elevating the sport's profile and compensating athletes in a way that matches their dedication and talent. With only sponsorships and major championships offering real income for many competitors, this initiative could transform the professional landscape. And if the first edition is any indicator, it's off to a powerful start. The atmosphere in Kingston was electric, with fans energized not only by Sydney's brilliance, but by the overall quality of competition. The event demonstrated that track and field, when packaged correctly, can captivate audiences, reward athletes, and build narratives that keep fans coming back for more. Looking ahead, the next Grand Slam stops are expected to rotate across countries, offering more global opportunities for elite sprinters, hurdlers, and distance runners to shine. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, already a legend in the making, may very well be the face of this new era. Her poise, power, and purpose signal not only greatness, but evolution.